go.
Maybe.
Maybe go.
I didn't keep the drawing. I should have kept the drawing for the recap.
You should have, because eventually when we get to that, it's it's kind of important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just saw the GIF for the microphone fully extended.
Okay. Well, Discord says we're on the internet, but hey, now YouTube is saying we're on the internet. Huzzah!
All
Let's
right.
see. Can I hear things? I hear Dad laughing.
All right.
And myself. Good enough for me.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all it's important. You guys talking and me talking. Oh man. You mean you don't like what you have?
I mean, honestly, I remember identifying them, and I remember you telling me what they were. We didn't necessarily have characters on the thing, so I was like, oh well, you can just put what they are, later, and then you never did, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I identified those, but I don't remember what the fuck they are.
Okay. Well, the fun one doesn't actually work. I can't get the damn macro to work, so we're just have to do it manually, which I know you're fine with. So.
I mean, no, I'm completely disappointed. I'm distraught over this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I mean, I could just give you nothing if that's what you like. That's fine.
Damn, I thought you were gonna threaten me with something way worse.
Why? Why would I do that?
I don't know, just cause.
Well,
Yeah, it turns out I don't like the way that those spell sheets look. I need you to rebuild all those HTML tables.
It sounds like one of those things he's just going to jump right on.
my response would have been
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely that. I just have been like,
Yep.
gone.
well, while I'm doing this, why don't somebody want to do the recap? What the fuck happened last time?
I'm working on my part of it. All right, I'm working on it. Somebody else has got to talk until I finish this, at least.
Oh, okay. It's not like I'm probably not going to talk enough tonight anyway. Gee, Netley. Well, we started with in the previous session with Wark getting warned that we're as a group not being very entertaining, and our host was getting bored with us. So as we started out, we were in the booze room. Daisy was looking around and going, "I'm bored AF. Let's go to the next place." And of course, Warwick's like, yeah, Daisy, you're totally bored AF. Why don't you just go barreling through this door? And she's like, okay, and off she went. As Monsignor's going behind us, going, but wait, I want to bless us all with my father's blessing. And everybody's like, we don't give a fuck. Up the stairs we go. We got upstairs to find a feast hall, aka the shitter. Where there's all of these people gorging themselves to an extreme on delicacies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And when they get full enough, they would go to the edge of the room and purge themselves in any way, shape, or form that they basically could do that in. And then immediately go back to continuing to eat. Well, some stuff happened. Daisy made some choices, decided to get into a kerfuffle with Warwick over some choices, at which point Daisy tried to throw dessert at Warwick, at which point Warwick decided to spread some dessert on Daisy's back. At which point, Daisy didn't take kindly to that and tried to throw a person at Warwick, which he then dodged, and I deployed the cake to the face. Yeah, totally. And then some people handed out some good berries, and somebody ate the good berry with cake on their hands, and broke the one rule that we were told we should follow of not eating and drinking anything in this place. As we continued onward, we ended up inside of a stairway, spiral staircase that seemed to go around the trunk of a tree, and there was like a different color light. And we went down for a seeming eternity, only to find well, there's nothing really there. So they're like, well, fuck, let's go back up. And of course, there's like, we just saw this infinite staircase. Let's place some, markers. Figured it out. We found a door. Well, on the other side of that door, there's another hallway with a different color light. So, Elduin's like, bro, we're inside of a tree. Let's just talk to the tree. And he talked to the tree, and the tree's like, fuck off, you're trying to cheat. But not before learning a little tidbit that we have to basically pull a Skittles commercial out of our butts and follow the rainbow.
Yep.
So we were about to walk up the stairs, but then we was like, well, wait a minute, let's open this door again. And oh, look, it's orange. And then we flipped back and forth between colors until we got to purple. Then we opened the door, went inside, door disappeared, and we're like, well, I guess this is the right place. And down we go. That's where we met our host, who was actually the person who talked to me earlier. Well, Warwick earlier. Oh, excuse me. At which point, some accusations were flung. Some people were like, I own you now. Daisy tried to sell Warwick out to the dragon. Warwick's like, you don't need to sell me. You've already got one of us. You can just keep him. Just send us home if you want to play that game. And then we all signed a contract that I'm sure will come back to bite us in the ass, where we're allowed to answer questions honestly. And then the dragon used the Philosopher's Stone we've been fucking lugging around for forever and a half to send us all back to the Icewind Dale. And that's about where we left off.
You missed a really important detail of you telling a fantastic story while I helped you, specifically with the mushroom that kept coming up and up. And up.
He redrew it.
Yeah, that did happen as well.
I'm excited for the fact that he redrew that.
Oh, and I wasted all my lucky points on nothing.
Oh, yeah.
That was also very important.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Monsignor do that too?
Yes, we did. And I think I have one left. Nope. I do not have any left.
There you go. There's your super sharp dagger and your broke ass dagger.
Oh, okay, yeah. The one was just a dagger plus one, wasn't it?
Correct.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty fucking cool sword. I remember being neat. I just didn't remember what the hell it did.
I need to edit that one more time because I'm sure this will come up.
Me nitpick over the wording of an item? No.
Yeah, no. I can't believe you would ever do such a thing.
I never do such a thing. Not over an item. Spells all day.
There you go.
Oh, that's an interesting caveat.
Like I said, I figure that's going to come up just for somebody at some point.
Yeah, highly likely. This counts as a long sword, correct?
It's a short sword.
Oh, alright.
That's why at first you thought it was a dagger hilt.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't think we need the Forgotten Gods music anymore.
We made it back immediately after the tower collapsed. So it's awesome. We're in a
right.
great place.
Let's see. Oh, I don't need the somebody died music.
That's nice.
Oh man, I did that to the Waterdeep game last weekend. One of the players said that they were playing sad, somber music because they were a bard. So I turned that on, and everybody immediately, like, everything changed.
hmm
Like, no, who's dead? Half like, what? He said, they said they're
dead?
playing sad, somber music. This, you know what? This sounds good. A strange world.
All right.
Because you guys are definitely in a strange world. Okay, so yes, after deals were struck, things happening, you, I believe Eldwin got a tuning fork. Did you add a tuning fork to your inventory?
Yeah, it's I couldn't find one by searching, so I just added an item called a
Is
tuning
there
fork.
not a tuning fork?
I couldn't find one. And I put in parentheses that it's attuned to the material plane.
Yeah, and you got the regular one, not the joke one you were going to get.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was some cute. I'm a little above table talk. I think there was some confusion last time. You were going to get one that went to a specific place in the mortal realm because that fey creature wanted to fuck with you.
Yeah.
the tuning forks and the spell plane shift work exactly like it says. You imagine the place and you go. It was just going to be that particular one. I just want to clarify that because another player was like, well, apparently in here it's all fucked up, but I just wanted to clear that up. That was the one you were going to get. But
Yep.
that individual was sufficiently entertained. So they were kind enough to give you, oh gosh, we need to stop that from fucking focusing bullshit. Logitech, cam settings, turn off auto zoom.
Yeah, we're not going to abuse what we have been given at all.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're not going to abuse it.
Hmm. Or at least not until, somebody levels up. Then we
Not for a
might.
while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not till it's beneficial to abuse it.
So that individual, after saying they're gonna have to use, the screaming souls of the dead there to send you all back, they did so. You guys came back just in time to see the mushroom elevator seemingly wink out of existence. Didn't explode. There's not bits and goo and things everywhere. It seemed to twist and bend on itself and just be gone. You guys are in the courtyard where you asked to be.
Kind of like
Saw
the
that over the
closing
distance.
scene of Carrie.
I don't know.
The closing scene of Carrie,
Never. I
where
don't.
it
I don't
sucks
know
the
if I've,
house in.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, so I can't answer that. I don't know.
Oh man, you're missing another classic.
I will just take your word for it.
All right.
With my very limited knowledge of, going from one plane to another, since it's only happened to me once and I only know the spell but never used it, did it look like the tower plane shifted out of here?
Oh man. I'm going to say you don't know, only because you've never seen others be plane shifted.
All right.
So I don't think that's even a roll for you because you just don't know. You're not sure. But it's eerily quiet in the city. You guys are here. The giant, dragon heart thing is right there in the middle of you all. What do you do?
Well,
Is the alchemist stone seemingly depleted at all, or is it still just as rife with power as it previously was?
Give me a investigation or arcana check. Either would work here. And I'm happy to report the spirits. They are just won't shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, that's how they be sometimes.
25. As you are looking this thing over, you notice that there's a chunk missing.
Like, how big of a chunk?
About a baseball size.
You know what? This is a shot in the dark. Do I know how much a baseball chunk of souls is?
Sure, why not? Baseball's probably played in Faerun, or some variant thereof.
Yeah, so about how many souls have been sucked out? Well, actually, I guess I don't know how many were in there total. Oh,
That's
fuck
correct.
that. Anyway. So seemingly everything is exactly how we left it, minus the giant mushroom penis elevator has mysteriously blinked out of existence,
So far.
and the fact that we're standing where we're at and there's the Philosopher's Stone, but everything else is seemingly
Correct. Correct.
the same. Sun maybe slightly further in the sky from whence we went into it.
Correct.
What about the wall that where the giant penis elevator was? The wall
Well,
that is that all
well,
still
Ray,
intact?
you wouldn't know anything about that. Also, where the courtyard is and where that
Yeah, you're
wall
right.
is, like you're not there. Like you're in the
Well,
courtyard of Bryn Shander. The wall was much closer to the edge of the city because you guys were fighting alongst the outer wall. So the courtyard is more the center of the city. So you're not
okay,
close enough to where that wall would have been to know if that wall is still there.
okay. So we are in the center of Bryn Shander
Yes. Yeah, so if
by
I do this,
the city hall and all that.
you guys are here. Okay?
Okay,
Do. And where you guys were fighting is over here.
okay,
Because all of this was destroyed by a big old kablooey from a gun
right.
trying to block a bunch of snow. And then the Battlehammer clan, their entrance is here. So they're on the southern side of the city. And you guys are here in the center, which is where City Hall is, which is where you guys asked to be. And this is usually where the market district is. Over this building, I mean, granted, it's not a building, but this is where the hospital tents were, where your friend Victor played some music and some shit happened.
Okay, where
Down
the
here
tower?
is where Eldwin, you were exploring and found mushrooms by water sources.
Okay,
What were you saying, Ray?
well, where the tower was, as we saw it blink out of existence, is there anything that is still there? Like if it was over a building or if it had covered something else, or is
You
it just
you
dirt
you would have
underneath
to
it?
go over there and find out, homie.
Well, we're going to go look.
You're just gonna take off?
We are.
Yeah, we're just going to go look and see what is left after that thing has disappeared.
Okay. All right. Well, Monsignor Ray is leaving, guys. I will tell you. He's just leaving.
Well, I'm going to tell them that I'm going to go
Oh, I
look
mean,
at
but you're
what's
not.
going on with where this tower was. Because he's not just going to wander off on his own. He's going to make sure that everybody knows.
Okay, so talk to him.
All right. So, all right, guys. Where this tower was, where we saw it blink out of existence, I need to see if there's anything left on the ground, if there's anything going on, if there's any residual energies, maybe something going on. I have to look. Anybody want to go with me?
No.
So there's some of us who have a soul debt on our heads. I'm gonna go potentially take care of that. You're more than welcome to go look at the hole in the ground that it probably left.
Yeah, we have some
Okay.
debts to take care of.
Um, well, where are you? Where will I find you guys then?
Oh well, you see that big building just like right there? We'll be right there.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go walk over to. I don't know if there's a hole in the ground or if there's anything left or whatever, but that's where I'm gonna head.
Okay. So you are heading straight to where you saw where whenever you guys originally landed, you saw a strange tall black object dissipate. Because Raymond knows nothing about the big black purple throbbing vein penis elevator other than
Correct.
what was told via the story.
Right.
Okay. So you're heading that way. Got it. What are the rest of you doing as Monsignor walks to his death? Wait, what? Was that out loud?
It won't be the first time I've died.
Fair.
Well, Lon, Daisy, do you want to carry this big thing over to City Hall yet? Potentially the
Grim?
last time.
Ooh.
Yes, Grim. Sorry. Sorry, there was something in my throat. It sounded weird when it Grim. Grim and Daisy, do you think you'd like to carry this big alchemist stone thing over to the City Hall for us really quick?
This big red ball.
Not really. But we will.
Well, I mean, we're only looking to trade it to save your. I mean, if you'd rather have Jerry eat you, you're more than welcome to go that route.
Hmm. Yeah. Did Daisy get thumb or what is it? Whatever good cleaned up? I don't remember.
Her dessert,
Precipitation.
Yeah.
the dessert off her hands and off her back.
Did that already happen?
Or does she still have it on her?
I
That's
don't
what I'm
think
asking.
so.
Well,
I don't think she was ever cleaned.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you're the only one that could do it right now.
Yeah, she wanted a bath and milk. She got the milk. There was no time for the bath.
all right. Come on, Daisy. We'll get you cleaned up after we do this for them again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said,
No,
we
no,
can just
no, no. We'll do it again.
just leave your name
Yep,
on. I mean, if you're
yep,
really that
again,
aboard, I mean,
again.
Elduin and I can carry it over. It's much more of a struggle for us. I mean, it.
It's not a problem for me. It just means using an ability I would rather use when we really need it.
We said we'd do it, so just nah.
Well,
All right.
thank you very much. Just right over there into the doors, right inside City Hall, just so we can keep an eye on it. Hopefully, Miss Lisa's then still.
Right. Are there people around?
It's just you guys.
Like we don't hear anyone?
Correct.
I mean, if you remember, Grim, we saw most of the town enter the giant purple veined penis elevator before it disappeared. So,
Well, yeah, but I didn't know.
I mean, I'm sure there's still some people, but we're not likely to see very many.
Well, we know the Battlehammer clan are down in their home. I mean, potentially the sheriff's around here somewhere. I didn't see him get whisked away. But if his wife was being lured there, then chances are he's probably also there.
Let's go.
Right then.
Daisy is not saying a word.
Fair enough.
Just scowling at everyone.
So you guys are going into City Hall.
Hmm.
I mean, you go in. The woman that was at the counter, not there. First door on the left was where Miss Lisa was. That's where you're going.
Where I'm going, for sure, yes.
Mhm.
You go in there, Eldwin, and you see her rocking chair, but you don't see her.
Hmm.
I'll knock hard on the frame of the door. Miss Lisa, are you around?
Empty room.
You don't think she was in the tower, do you?
Well, I don't see how she possibly could be. Well, at least not unwillingly. Willingly, maybe. I remember she did. No, I don't know that. Never mind. um. Well, I mean, I thought she said she'd be staying here. I don't know where she would have gone off to.
Could be visiting Jerry, right? Like she's done that before.
Well, she was then back again. The stone that we were supposed to touch if we wanted to take the revised deal. Is it gone as well?
No, within the fireplace hearth, that stone is the only one that doesn't seem like it melted whenever she had her hellfire in there. And as you look at it, and there's like in teeny tiny infernal print written out is the fucking soul binding contract.
Oh, what what are the details of that besides what I've already been told?
Which you already know. There's
Oh,
nothing
okay.
new. It's not a new soul binding contract.
Oh well, just in case.
That's fair.
You know what? Does it say? Since we're on the topic of that, and
Sure.
it's been a while, does it say in what form the souls we have to offer up need to be in, or does it
No,
just have to be souls?
just has to be souls.
And how many?
If memory recalls, it was 100 souls per person. Now we had a discussion of like, do birds have souls? Like, no, these are humanoid souls. As for the condition of the humanoid, don't care, as long as they have a soul.
Oh well. God damn, I have a bad idea.
You're
Are you
not
selling
gonna
Daisy
just
again?
you're not
No,
just gonna
that's only
sell
one, bro.
the stone with thousands of souls in it. You're just gonna
You want to leave it here?
Well, I mean, sorry, I didn't listen in character. Well, it seems Miss Lisa's not here right now, but I mean, if the contract's still valid, it doesn't necessarily say the state in which the souls have to be in, just hundreds of humanoid souls. And I mean, as Warwick will like turn and look at the big stone and be like, well, I mean, that's basically what this is, right? So, if we all theoretically touch the stone and then be like, have the rest for, inconvenience fee, please spare us. There you go. Problem solved.
I mean, that saves us. There's lots of souls in this stone, right? Like, you think it's possible that we can use it to save everyone that Jerry was going to take the soul of?
Well, no. Be honest. I mean, theoretically, we'd have to get them all here, have them touch the stone, make the deal, if that's even still possible. Then, I mean, they could already be transformed into, well, mushroom people. And might not have souls anymore.
Hmm.
That's a problem.
As you guys are in here discussing this, you notice that from that stone, the stones around it seem to be slowly turning red as heat is gathering and moving from stone to stone to stone. As the mantle gets bright and then coming down the sides gets bright, a fire erupts from inside, and a tiny gnomish woman walks out of the fire.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, well, perfect. See, I knew Miss Lisa was around here somewhere.
Well, boys, how you doing?
Well,
Thought you all
you-
I thought you all were transformed into mushroom folk by now.
Well, funny story. Recounts the whole tale up to basically this point.
To include that you want to offer this stone?
Basically, well, okay, we'll cut to that part. So, basically, well, after killing the Dracolich and going on our fantastic Feywild adventure, coming back here to the point where the enormous, giant, black, throbbing, purple-veined mushroom penis elevator kind of snapped out of existence, it was like, well, this is an amalgamation of a whole bunch of, Netherese souls sacrificed into eternal damnation inside of a stone. That's basically just raw, unfiltered power, and figured, I bet Jerry just loves raw, unfiltered power of souls. And figured we could probably trade this to save, basically everybody's soul from being sucked by Jerry by giving him, they're already processed. This is like the baby food, not that Jerry's a baby, but it's like gasoline for his engine, whatever that is. I've seen some wild things at the artificier shops in Waterdeep.
As you're having this conversation, she sits down her rocking chair, digs into her little pouch, and pulls out a table that suddenly flips out, and there's some legs that appear. And she sets it down, and she digs down and pulls out. It looks like a tea kettle and some teacups around, and she just pushes the top of the tea kettle and starts pouring tea.
Did you boys want some tea for this story?
She Oh, wait, hang on now. Pulls out the silver platter tray.
I got this from a great store down at Waterdeep. The owner was kind of rude, but his butler was nice. Let's see, what treats are we gonna have today?
She opens up that lid and she goes,
Little cucumber sandwiches.
takes a little nibble, has a little tea, sets that back down.
Bastard, you stole my tea set.
That's right, I did. As offers you guys refreshments and some little snackies. So she goes,
Now I know it's not Hellfire Hot Cocoa. If you want some, I can make some though.
She just
No,
continues
tea's just fine.
listening to the
I'll
story.
take one bucket. Yeah,
Sure, go for it.
I mean, I've been talking this whole time. Just yak, 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 yak.
You know what? It's
That's
chamomile tea
like
and some
two
cucumber
full
sandwiches.
renditions,
Yeah.
no drinks. I'm just saying this tea's going feeling real nice on my throat right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As drinking, eating, and listening, she goes,
Oh. Well, we can ask him. When do you find young lads want to carry that outside, and I'll call him here.
as she hops down off of her rocking chair and her tiny feet starts walking outside.
Well, Grim, I know I said once more,
up.
but probably once
Shut up.
more.
Shut up.
Does Grim
right.
carry it?
Yes.
Okay. Picking it up, coming outside. Now you all might want to stay back a bit. As her little legs carry her into the center of the town square there, she goes, digs down into her little pouch again, and she just keeps pulling out this really long black staff that just seems way bigger than she should ever be using, but she holds on to it with one hand, and it's not tilting any direction. It's offsetting, a little off-putting for her size. And she goes, this ought to be a nice place. And she taps that staff down a couple times, and you can hear the ground cracking as there's fire consuming it as she is creating a summoning circle out of her hellfire. And she takes a couple steps back, and she goes like, scrutinizing over what it is that she has drawn on the ground, and well, he'll have to pay for this one. He reaches back down, pulls out a diamond, puts it into the center, and backs up. Let's see, I think this is about right. And she takes that staff and just a loud smack, and the diamond just bursts, and little shards of it land in different places of the circle, and then it starts. Where they land, just fire just erupts and starts spinning and going around the entire ritual circle that was made before a massive, large pillar of fire that seems to just go up into the sky, dissipating whatever clouds were there. And then a large hoof comes out, and then a hand, and another hand, and they seem to just spread the pillar of fire apart as this creature comes out that you've seen once before. Raymond, I need you to give me a perception check.
He just made it to the wall, right?
He's
really
actually not
turn
even
around?
he's not even at the wall yet. That's quite a bit of distance. Raymond, as you are making your way over to where you saw that thing happen, the entire area suddenly gets really, really warm. By the way, the rest of you are fucking sweating because of how damn close you are to this. Raymond, you turn around and you see this massive pillar of fire from the center of town. What would you like to do? Would you like to go towards the fire, assuming that the rest of your party probably is dying, or just ignore the pillar of fire in the middle of town and continue going to where the thing winked out of existence?
No, I'm gonna head back to where the rest of the party is.
Okay.
May not be on a dead run, but he's gonna
be pretty quick about it.
Shuffle past. Yeah.
Okay. As you're coming along, you can see these like really long black claws coming out of the fire with this furry hand splitting the thing apart. And Raymond, from your side, you just see this elongated muzzle, like almost lion-like features, but these wicked horns that just come up and around and back as the head just pulls out of this flame. What the fuck your new friends are doing? They've clearly summoned damnation upon the world, and this is the end. For the rest of you, again, you have seen this creature before when it was quickly summoned by Miss Lisa whenever all snow was breaking loose. But he wasn't this close. And to put this size of Jerry into perspective, the tallest of the giants barely comes up to the second bend of this creature's knee. in that he is actively taking up all of this space right here, crushing these buildings. Jerry's beyond gargantuan. And Miss Lisa just summoned him.
Warwick's response: don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, this is just
Nothing I haven't
another
seen
Saturday.
before.
Another Saturday for you. For the rest of you, like Warwick's past, this is an abomination that your mind just cannot comprehend or understand. It's like it no more than a flea on a dog's ass can comprehend or understand us. It makes you. I mean, you feel diminutive. You feel like realistically, this thing could accidentally sneeze, and you guys would be blown across the continent potentially. As this thing comes out and the pillar, it looks down at the ground, and as it's stepping, it is completely crunching the cobblestone, sinking in. But where Miss Lisa has that summoning circle, that does not bend, break, or crack. That stays. And he looks down at it. And he looks down to Miss Lisa. What?
Is everyone outside of the summoning circle right now? Except for
Nobody
Miss
was
Lisa?
nobody was in the circle.
Okay.
But the circle, in comparison to him, is like, the size of a dime. It's. But as far as like the destruction that even just his weight and his presence being here, like there are fires active in this city right now. His sheer presence causes flame. But that teeny tiny ritual, that circle that Lisa created, does not break, falter, crack, or anything. And then as this happens, you hear those of you that are there, because Ray, you're not there just yet. You're cooking, but not that fast. You hear Miss Lisa goes,
all right, now you could stop with your fucking showing off. Shriek, damn it!
And as Jerry starts to lean down as though he's getting down to one knee, his form constantly shifts down and then down and then down until he's about 15 feet tall, size large, almost size huge. As he's down on one knee, bowed to the teeny tiny nobleman.
Damn.
Now that's better. Now these nice fellas and lady have something they'd like to offer you in exchange for the payment for the job you did just a couple days ago.
And then Jerry just looks up and over at the rest of you.
Then, so we, the understanding is that you, wanted to claim all of our souls, for
As you say
payment
that, big toothy grin.
for the for services rendered. Well, we were hoping to retain our souls, so that we can all go to Kellenvor's Wall in peace, and in exchange, we would like to offer you, as I assume I'll give the signal to Grim, and he'll just like thud this stone. A genuine Netherese alchemist stone, chock full of Netherese, powerful Netherese souls. Something that the likes of any mortal should not have their hands on. What better to give you in payment? Our souls, you gotta rip them from our mortal coils, twist them around, bend them. These puppies right here, as I slap the top of it, these are already processed. We're talking, you eat this and you're good to go. It's basically free soul real estate.
I
The used
really
car
wish I had a
salesman.
different spell.
I'm sorry, what?
The used car salesman.
Really?
No.
What were you saying, Eldon?
I wish I had a spell prepared for this moment. I would use Skywrite just to put that in the sky. It's
You know what? I'll allow it.
Hell yeah. The clouds are gonna form. It's free real estate right above us.
Uh, uh, oh, that's fantastic. Wow. Well,
Really?
in that case, wow. That
Yeah.
Warwick, why don't you go ahead and give me persuasion roll with advantage because of the free real estate.
I assume I still have my point of exhaustion as well, so it's just normal.
No, we're gonna ignore that point of exhaustion.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I forgot to have the spirits on there, but that's okay. 23.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Just for shits and giggles. 27.
Okay. So Jerry gets off of the kneeling position that he was for Miss Lisa, walks over, stretches out his hand, and grabs the stone and picks it up. Looks at it. And you want this to nullify the contract?
Well, not so much nullified, just instead of paying with our souls, we're going to pay with these souls. Kind of like the similar to the previous rewriting of the contract that we didn't quite like the terms of, but this is basically for the whole payment for the whole job. I mean, this raw, unfiltered real estate soul power.
For just yours payment?
Oh no, for the whole job. So preferably everyone. I mean, it's not every day you see this many Netherese souls in this condition. I mean, as many souls as it would have taken to make a stone this size is pales in comparison to just the meager offerings that you could claim here in Brinchander. How did I even change my voice to a fucking car salesman?
Because I said it.
What the
So
fuck?
put it in your head.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
How do I want to say this? I had it, then I lost it. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I was thinking I should just lay it on even thicker.
Go for it. Lay it on thick.
Well, I mean, take Grim here, for instance. He's big, outstanding specimen of a Minotaur here. I mean, it's going to take you at least 100 years to break his soul, wrench it around, all that torture to get it to just the right spectral consistency to really fuel your burning rage. But then you have all these souls. All that work's done for you. No extra torture. They're already in a stone form. You just eat it and go. It's like we're raw ingredients. This is a pre-cooked meal. Wouldn't you rather have the meal already cooked for you?
As you say that, and he has the stone in his hand, he says, I'll release a number equal to the payment received. And then he drops it down and consumes the entire stone. Raymond, as you're quickly coming back, you turn the corner to see this creature from hell that was 1,000,000 feet tall. Obviously not exactly 1,000,000, we're exaggerating there.
Right.
Still here, and your allies talking to it, and this teeny tiny gnome woman just standing right next to it, kind of petting it on the back of its leg. Like just off to the side, like the first bend, just right here where the hoof still is, just kind of petting him.
I just kind of stop and just watch the show in shock.
As this creature contemplates for a moment, and he kind of opens up his wings and flexes like his neck and his arms, and payment's not equal. And he takes his hand, puts it in his mouth, and bites. And he spits out the tip of his fingernail, which is still about, 8 inches long, 6 inches wide, pretty fucking thick. And he sets it down, and he's handing it to whoever's going to take it from his hand.
Sure. I'm
Eldwin
apparently
takes
the guy
it?
who takes things.
Sure, Eldwin's going to take the nail.
I was gonna
Yeah.
take it if not. So
Okay. So
Daisy's walking towards it.
whoever takes it, first thing you'll note, it's hot. It is actively hot. Like it's not. If it's in your hand too long, you're gonna burn. Like you're hot potatoing this. You're gonna need to probably wrap it in some leathers or something. And he goes, one favor. You overpaid.
oh well. Thank you very much then.
Anything else?
No, it was a pleasure to be thoroughly introduced to you this time. And Miss Lisa is such a wonderful host, and we're glad that we have a common acquaintance now.
We seem to have other common acquaintances.
Oh,
You
yes,
stink of him.
well, yes. So about that, he and I having a couple running-ins. As I'll reach into my backpack and I'll be like, and I kind of stole one of his tuning forks. But needless to say, I'll put that away. Needless to say, I would rather he not know exactly where I'm at, if at all possible.
I don't like him, so that's fine. As he stands back up and around, and anything else, master? Oh, no, Jerry, it seems like everything here worked out. You can go back home now, thank you. And he nods his head, steps back into that circle, which just erupts into flame, comes down, and then it cracks. And he's gone.
That worked better than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't know Jerry was Scottish.
Yeah, all cool monsters are Scottish.
Yeah, I think. But anyway, Raymond from over where he is like, damn.
Yeah, they're just making deals with devils and demons and whatever the fuck he was. No big deal.
Yeah.
All right, we're done.
But what was that about you knowing someone else from where he's at their work?
Well, it maybe not necessarily the same place. I mean, Miss Lisa, is the elemental plane of fire and Avernus technically the same thing, or just adjacent? Kind of neighbors, right? That's the best way to describe it, I think.
Probably neighbors, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so as well. Well, you know how sometimes there, Ilduin. Well, maybe you're not familiar with this, seeing as you're a druid. You know, when you have neighbors that you like, and neighbors that you don't like. Like, I find Miss Lisa to be wonderful, but I so happen to know Asmodeus, and he's just not a very good neighbor.
Ooh.
Oh,
Why don't the rest of you give me a religion check?
Nope.
Oh, no. And I don't have any more lucky points.
There's only one god that Monsignor knows.
Oh, Grimold and Daisy May. That's pretty decent there. That name, Asmodeus, it's familiar, but you don't know if it's a demon or a devil, but you do know, for both of you, this is Grimold and Daisy, you do know that it's
bad.
a leader of some kind. Higher in the hierarchy, if not at the tip of the spear. Not exactly sure. It's not something that it's not a name everybody just throws out willy-nilly.
Yeah.
I bring up the bad neighbor analogy because let's just say that he and I were working on a deal, and I well followed through on my part, and he caught me in a catch-22 due to some very, very, very intricate contract work. And let's just say that well, we didn't part on the best terms because I broke the contract and ripped him off. And stole his
Ooh.
tuning fork.
Uh-huh.
You did
All right.
what?
I might have pissed off the Lord of Avernus. Yeah, it happens sometimes, doesn't it?
I'm not so hot on the
No.
devils, so I don't know how important this is.
Well, that's like I said, he doesn't know I'm at. I prefer to keep it that way, so let's
It's
not
Big
do any
thing.
demons. Sorry, devil summoning.
Miss Lisa's just having a time.
And if it had to do with the abyss, I would be like, might be able to help you there. I know a little bit about the abyss.
She puts her
Devils,
staff
no
back
idea.
away.
And Raymond is just sitting back soaking this all up
Well,
because all of this has gone on since way before I knew everybody.
Yep.
well, I mean, that's one crisis averted.
So is
on
this
the
something that is going to come back and bite us in the ass at some point in the future?
Probably.
Ray, there you are. How was the hole in the ground?
Well, whenever I saw the big pillar of fire, I just figured I had to come back and see if there was something I could do or what was happening here.
Well, I did tell you we were going to be, making a deal for our souls, but
Yeah, but I
needless to
didn't.
say, that was Jerry. This is Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa, this is Monsignor Raymond Bertrand. He is from his father's house. He worships his father in his father's house, and we don't really know who his father is, but he really loves him.
Hmm.
Hello, Miss Lisa.
You smell too good. You warned them boring holy people? Or do you have a sinful side?
Um, a sinful side.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of a sinful side would I need to have?
Any of the seven?
Um, um,
Are you
you
wrathful?
know,
Are you gluttonous? You sloth? You
no, none of
lustful?
those. No, not
Greedy?
lust. I have been known to do underhanded things if I need to.
Ooh. Interesting. She takes another sip. Well, I think the rest of you got some important things to do now that your souls are well, for some of you are fine. For others of you, as she looks over at work, not so fine.
Mm. Yeah, don't you? We have another deal we have to uphold.
Yeah, we gotta find something.
Right. So, yes. By the way, you still all are on the hook for that one too. I'm just carrying the contract, mind you, which we did in a pinch, because Grim was busy playing mushrooms in a hut,
Mm.
mind you. But
What contract is this?
well, you see, we need to go to some ruins to the north of Bryn here, up by the lock, I believe, and supposedly they're going to open at the next full moon, which should be in a couple days' time. We just need to head up that way.
We
Miss
need to
Robin wasn't
just.
terribly descriptive, but she did say that chances are we won't miss it because as the snow melts, all sorts of things are going to be popping out of the ground, and this is one of them.
Mm.
So, what have I stepped into here?
Oh well, in case you were wondering, and missed the last, well, you did miss one of the story times, but the previous story time, uh, basically there's a giant fungal type being called the Core that's spreading its influence out through the realms and mind controlling people and trying to bring about the inevitable Armageddon of its choosing. So you're here to help or not, just to make it a binary choice.
And we're here to stop this abomination.
Yes. Yes. I mean, yes. I mean, unless you're telling me right now, Ray, that you're more in favor of being controlled by the worst case of athlete's foot you've ever had, and, just going with that plan, because if you are in favor of that plan, chances are Daisy's going to smash you with her hammer.
No, we don't need Daisy to be exerting herself for that. we're just. I just want to know what it is we have to do.
Right about that time, I'll. Oh yes, that reminds me. And prestidigitation, that smell is gone.
He's actually taking a nap right now on the ground. Do all of that.
Well,
right. Well,
if we need to
let's
be
go.
at this place within a couple of days, do we want to head out today or do that first thing in the morning?
Well,
Probably
we could see if Miss Robin's tent is about. If there's any finer details we'd like to hammer out, perhaps stock up on a potion or two. Have her look at Grimm's arm and make sure it's not trying to kill him in his sleep or something. I'm not sure how that thing works.
Strange love.
As you
But-
guys are having this conversation, you see Miss Lisa just look past you guys and to the left and just stop drinking.
Okay.
Slowly
kinda
turn.
Is
follow
she
her
within my
gaze.
eyesight for me to see this?
Nobody
Oh.
said you guys were walking away from the square, so I assume you're having this conversation in the broken square still.
I mean, I've still
Oh,
got
yeah.
Miss Lisa's teacup. It would be rude to walk away with it.
It
Mhm.
would be a little more than rude. It'd probably be dangerous for somebody's health.
Exactly.
So
So anyway,
yeah,
Oh.
I kind of look and follow her gaze to see what she's looking at.
yeah, totally.
She's
I'm not.
watching as there are people
Mushroom people?
coming from the northwest.
Mm.
That's where the hole in the wall was at, right?
Sorry, the
Yep.
northeast is the hole in the wall. Northwest was the tower that blinked out of existence.
Now, hold on a minute.
So they're coming
I
from
thought you
where
said the
the
mushroom
tower
was over here.
Yeah, that.
Which is
Well,
northwest.
That's northwest. You said they're coming
Yeah.
from the northwest.
Yes.
Yeah, you.
The hole in the wall was the northeast. This
I'm
is
sorry.
the mushroom.
Let me re-reference it. The
Oh.
hole in the wall where the mushroom is at, the hole in the ground, they're coming from whence the mushroom was.
I mean, you don't know if there's a hole in the ground, but yes, they're coming from where the mushroom
I assume
was.
there's it grew into the. Never mind. Anyway.
Okay.
Point is, we figured it was the mushroom tower.
What do these people look like?
They look normal. They look dazed. They look confused.
Mhm.
They're kind of
Mhm.
walking around, like looking around. And
But I don't trust
it's
it.
eerily quiet.
So
Check them for the mark.
you think that these are maybe some of the souls that he returned as part of the overpayment?
Well, no, the favor was for the overpayments. If they're coming from where the mushroom was at, maybe they fell out of it when it blinked out of existence? As I'll hit some more of that tea.
You hit
Pinkies
that
up.
tea. You hit
I'm
it.
hitting that tea.
Yeah, you better hit
Um,
that tea.
I'll hand the teacup. I'll finish it. I'll hand
Okay.
it back to Miss Lisa. Well, thank you for the cup of tea. That was quite lovely.
You're very welcome. Well, you guys got some things to do. And gotta go talk to somebody. Have a good.
Have a good day.
As she starts heading back into City Hall.
I'm casting locate animals or plants, specifically looking at these people and
Uh-huh.
checking them for plants that I know could be inside of them. But I don't trust this.
What? Concentration. Voice
Oh,
of nature.
Man, that would
shreds
just make
through.
too much sense.
You learn the direction and distance to the closest creature or plant of that kind within 5 miles, if any are present. So what kind of creature or plant are you looking for?
I'm looking for the mushroom people that, turn the mushrooms, specifically the ones that we, have found in people that turn them into mushroom people.
Huh. Okay. Hmm. Just want to know, what is this? All right. Okay, so you cast the spell, got your senses on full, scanning for things. You, within your 5 miles, you do detect that about 4.5-ish miles away, there's a ping.
Hmm. Okay. That's a good sign. It means that the people that we're seeing in front of us don't have it.
Why
All
don't you go
right.
ahead and give me a nature or arcana check with advantage?
Yeah, I'm not good at either of these.
That's okay.
I did normal instead of advantage because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, just roll again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with a 14, what I'll give you, what you'll understand about this is you will know from your experience with this that the spore stage or the sickness stage is different than the person that became a mushroom stage, which is also different than the giants that had the blue mushroom on their neck.
Mm-hmm.
So you asked about the infection version, which you don't detect, except for the 4.5 miles away. That is your closest ping. And I mean that is outside of town, not underground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So defer from that whatever you want. That's what you know with your check there.
I mean, this is going to take a while because it's a ritual. But I think I have the spell slots to do this. Check here. Yeah, I've got 3 and I've only used the 1, so I can do 2 more times. I'm going to be sitting here for a while, so I'm going to cast this 2 more times to check for the other 2 versions.
Okay. And just for my... Do, 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 do. So are you actually casting these as rituals, or are you spending the spell slot? Because if you spend the spell slot, they're instantaneous.
The first one, instantaneous. If they're not, I mean, they're walking straight at us, right?
And I mean, they're wandering around, dazed, confused. They're going a different place. They're walking to different places. You see some of them actively trying to put fires out, but they don't seem in a hurry. They don't seem rushed. I mean, and you guys, none of them are close to you yet.
Yeah,
And what I mean by
I'm
close, I
gonna
mean like within 20 feet or so.
I'm gonna just use the spell slots so I can find out before anything bad happens.
Okay.
If we leave them alone, Elwin?
Do they look like they're coherent? I mean, or are they
They
just
they're not saying anything. They don't.
but I
And
mean,
again, and some of them seem to be working together to try to put some of these fires out, but they don't say anything. There's no talking amongst any of them.
I would not go near them, guys, until I know for sure. And I'm going down on spending some spell slots.
Okay.
okay?
What is the next spell you would like to cast?
I mean, it's the same spell, just
Oh.
2 more times.
What is so you're looking for all three versions basically of what you are familiar with.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, we'll do this in the sequence of evolution, right? So you got the spores, which you didn't detect except for the 4.5 whatever miles away.
Mhm.
The second one, the actual full-on mushroom stage that you've seen happen to a couple of people, right? You've seen that happen.
Mhm.
You do detect that the closest one is southwest of you, about a mile and a half, which is within Brinshander. And then the third one, which is the translucent blue mushroom that is on the back of the neck, within the 5 mile radius, you detect none.
Okay. So south, do I see?
You don't see it. It's a mile and a half.
Yeah, mile and a half. So, but if I went to the, you know, main road, I should be able to see pretty far.
Southeast. That's southwest. Southeast.
I thought you said southwest.
If I
All
did, I
right.
totally fucked it up. I meant southeast.
Okay. Well,
So is there just one ping to the southeast?
yeah, I only get the nearest one, so there could be more, but that's the one I got.
And at this moment, like there's more than just the one like section. Like they're coming out of all these different uh paths here. Like they seem to just be coming and going. You see some of them like after they're putting out fires, they just begin to mosey around. Um, some of them are heading closer to the center of town, going to be coming by you all. What would you all like to do? Again, they don't say anything. At least not actively to you. None of them, let me rephrase that. None of them appear to be heading directly to you.
Do they appear to have a destination? I mean, you can tell by
Uh,
the way
give
somebody's
me,
walking.
give me
Whether
yeah, give me a perception check, Ray.
I mean,
So Ray, as you're like watching them and really trying to figure out if they're just wandering aimlessly or if they have any kind of destination, I will say that they seem to be walking at least with a purpose. And what I mean by that is they aren't just lumbering around like a zombie would or some other undead that just walks for the sake of walking, right? They while you don't know if they have a destination, they aren't tripping and falling over themselves. Remember, this courtyard completely smashed and destroyed, right? They are actively like moving things out of their way and like stacking things up, buildings being destroyed. What they don't seem to really care too much, but they seem to be
they
not
seem to
just
have a purpose.
lumbering around. They seem to have some kind of purpose. Yes. What that is, who knows?
I'm going
Well,
to, stop
I say
breathing
we
because I can do that.
let them.
Sure.
I say we let them do their thing. I don't think any of them are going to like attack us or anything. So we'll just let these people do what they're going to do. Maybe.
I mean, don't you all find it odd that they haven't spoken a single word to each other, and they're, you know, actively moving and avoiding obstacles? It's kind of odd, don't you think?
In your head work, it's why I checked for stages that we know of. There aren't any, except for one a mile and a half away southeast. But that doesn't mean that they have a different version that I don't know about. So hence why I'm talking in your head and not breathing.
Oh, I'm just talking out loud.
Yeah,
Well,
but I'm
don't you
not.
think we should?
Plus, we also don't know if they have a directive of some kind from someone that's directing them. I
Right.
don't know of a way to detect if they have some kind of directive.
I have an idea. Hello. How are you doing today?
Talking to them. That's unique.
Hmm.
The man. Let me see what happens.
Wasn't expecting that.
So, although when you say hello, what did you say? How are you today?
How are you doing today?
So, there are two of them that are kind of close to you guys, and you say that they both stop, turn, and look at you. They tilt their heads.
Like
And then
that.
the others all stop, turn, and look at you. And then the two that are in front of you at the same time. Are you new here?
Well, we've been here for a couple days. We came and then we went, and now we've come back again. Um, are you residents of Bryn Shander?
Yes. Again, at the same time.
So, I just happened to notice that not everybody's very chatty right now. Are you, just talking amongst yourselves, excluding us on purpose, perhaps?
While he's talking to those two,
Mhm.
I'm going to look around and see what everyone else is doing.
Okay.
If they're all stopped, paying attention, maybe they're moving their mouths with the same answers.
Give me an active perception check. Something like that.
Yes,
Jesus, Ray.
he's
My
perceptive today.
God, you really want to know this. Uh, Raymond, there's a good handful that are still watching, but others have gone back to clearing debris and finishing putting out fires. And even others are just moseying through, going wherever, whatever destination they're going to.
But the ones that answer are only those two.
Correct.
Ask him his name.
I didn't hear what you said.
You said
Ask
ask
him
them
his
their
name.
name.
Well, what is your name then? I was only here briefly and didn't meet everybody in town.
So the one on the left says, I am one. And the one on the right says, I am two.
Thing one, thing two.
Right then. Well, my name is Warwick.
You see them both close their eyes at the same time, open their eyes. Yes, you have other allies here.
Does
Your satyr
everyone seem
friend
to be
was consumed.
does
Where's the
everyone
weird
seem to be
armor one?
working in twos?
No, they don't seem to just be all working in twos.
Oh, well, he is on a very special mission, not with us currently.
You're the ones that broke the tower.
You talking about the incredibly large black purple vein throbbing mushroom penis thing?
Elevator, yes.
Now, I feel like that's a gross mischaracterization of what actually happened. I believe it was oral and potentially killing a necrolich dragon that collapsed the tower.
Which would not have happened had you not skipped every floor and went straight to the top.
Right, well, Armored Friend was the one who decided to hit that button.
Security defenses have been enhanced. That won't happen again.
Huh.
That way we have to visit every floor of the tower then, I assume, correct?
Warwick,
If you can get it at
you might
all.
you might
Good
ask
boy.
them if they're being directed or if they're putting the city back together on their own.
What? Why does he? They. There's like 5 of them now that turn to look at you. And why does this one have to say it? Can't you? And they all say that at the same time.
Well, he was the one that was communicating, so I just assumed that everyone else was
And so,
working through those two.
as you say that, another group says, "Aren't we?" And then a separate group says, "We all." And then the ones in front of you say, "Communicating."
How are you communicating?
They just kind of look around. with our voice, as they say at the same time.
Is someone telling you what needs to be done?
We don't
How do you
understand.
know? How do you know what needs to be accomplished right now?
How do you know how to breathe? We just do.
Are you all working to the common good?
Yes,
Who decides what's the common good?
the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Will you be staying long in Brenshander?
It's a possibility we may be here for a little while.
Excellent.
Well, actually, we do have a appointment out of town that we're going to be leaving here shortly for, but we'll be coming back hopefully.
Absolutely.
I do hope so.
Yes, I'm feeling the welcoming vibes now all of a sudden.
Um,
All
where would be
are welcome within the Lord's embrace.
Um, just
when
just
we come back? Where would be the best place for accommodations?
A best place for what?
Accommodations.
Hmm.
A place to lay your head, place for breakfast, and so forth.
Oh, yes, you need those things.
Do you not?
There will be accommodations.
Do you not need those things? Rest and nourishment?
Yes.
You want a drink?
What kind of drink? The two now are just the only ones talking again. And they're finishing each other's sentences.
I reach into my loincloth, some crotch ale.
Okay. Do you offer said container to them?
Yes.
Okay. The one left reaches out to take it from you. Do you give it?
Yes.
Okay. They consume the entire contents.
Damn.
Hand it back. And they go, Feywild wine. Interesting.
I don't think crotch ale is Feywild wine.
Your crotch ale emptied and was replaced by Feywild wine.
Oh,
Not,
it was.
That's right, it was.
Okay. I snuck. Okay. Damn it.
You got to go
I gotta
back to
mix.
you got to go back to making
Gotta-
some more with that
Yeah.
nice array you got going on.
Hmm.
Well, we have, and the other one, work to do. Have a good day.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day as well. And thank you for your information.
They don't reply. They just keep going.
Hmm.
Right. So we should probably get the hell out of Dodge now.
I agree.
Yeah.
As you guys are having this conversation, those of you jackasses that have broken perception can see a familiar hobbling man who seems to be not walking in the calm manner that everybody else is, as they are hurrying well, an about their aged woman and they seem to be heading towards City Hall.
Oh, well, see, it looks like my guess was spot on from earlier. The sheriff is around and he's with his wife.
He
Okay.
sees you,
Also,
and he comes lumbering over, and you see him pull out that fucking spellcaster gun, and he goes, "You all fucked up? Because I'll fucking put you out of your misery right now."
No, Chef, we're all good. This is our friend
Yeah,
Ray.
you don't talk
He's-
like them. Get the fuck inside. Let's go. He's like looking around and just hurrying this woman along as they go inside.
Well, after you all then.
Uh,
I assume you know what's going on, Sheriff. And
You
this
guys-
is in his head because I'm still not talking out loud.
The sheriff doesn't respond. He is just focused.
Well, I'm just following.
'Kay.
Because he don't know me at all. And I ain't about to get shot with this humongous pistol he's got in his hand.
All right. As he goes into City Hall, you guys coming around, you hear him shout something about close the fucking door. As he gets to the counter, there's that door on the left that he opens, which leads into like the back area. He walks down a hall, opens up a door on the right, which seems to, as you guys are, I assume, following, as it seems to lead into a bedroom of modest size, of a full-size bed, not exactly like new, but they are thick winter, bedding because again, winter just fucking ended like not even a week ago. There is a chest of drawers that is in front of the bed itself, and he sets or he leaves his the which you can only assume is his wife uh, off to the side there. He opens that chest, and you can see that when the lid itself opens, he takes a false bottom out, sets it off to the side, and he starts leading his wife over and helps her into the chest as she just disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Get quick, go.
In or away?
Get in. Like, y'all need to get inside.
Thank you for
Okay.
clarifying.
As you like get up to it, you can see there is a ladder. It's not a very big space. It's gonna be a tight squeeze, except especially for Grimald. But you all can, with some, an elbow to the fucking head or so, for Cowman to get down. He goes last, putting the false bottom back. And you can see he pulls something, and you hear the lid thump. And he cusses a little bit before he goes over to some sconces and lights them, or torches on the wall. And you see you're underground in an obviously rough-hewn space. It's not comfortable by any means. It's cool. There's a few chairs to sit in. You can see that off in one corner, there seems to be a lot of dried and salted goods there seems to be a couple of barrels. This is basically a doomsday area. Like he was expecting the world to end, a nice place for some. And he sits down in one of those chairs and he's rubbing that metallic leg and he pulls out his pistol and he points it at Ray and goes, "Now, I don't know you. You all speak for this one?"
Well, he hasn't tried to kill us yet, so good enough for now, right?
Yeah, I suppose it's good enough for now. Hold on one moment. As he goes over to where those supplies were, and he starts digging around, and he pulls out this leather cap, and he puts this leather cap on his wife's head, just, and he stands back, and then she starts blinking and looking around. Honey, why why are we in the shelter? And he goes, "I knew that mind shielding cap would come in handy. Don't you worry about it. You just keep that on." That's right. He's got the hat with the aluminum inside, guys.
I was gonna say, well, it's better than making it out of tinfoil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
All of
what
those people
happened?
out there are being controlled.
Yeah, they're in. It's like they're in some kind of fucking cult or some shit. The whole fucking town's going to hell. Well, no, we were in frozen hell, and then we were nice for a couple of days, and then there was the wave of snow hell, and then actual hell showed up, only for a moment, thank goodness. And now this.
Well, Bryn
He thought
Shanders
about
just
moving.
seem to have a run of bad luck here lately.
It does seem that way, yeah. Yeah. As for moving, I don't like to give up and quit. So I'll die
Well,
first. But I'm going to take some people with me.
well, by the way, I am Monsignor Ray. I'm very pleased to meet you.
Hello,
And you are,
Monsignor. Somebody else will have to introduce me, as my name has evolved since I was first introduced to this group of individuals.
I understand that.
It's Chief Marshal Sheriff Marshal Markham Southwell III, twice removed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
What a label.
yeah. Marshall's just fine.
Marshall.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, it's great to meet you, Marshall, and I think you have saved all of our lives.
I don't know about that. This hidey hole's only good as long as they can't find it, and well, they ain't in me. But and he looks over to his wife. Hopefully, with that cap, she seems more herself.
But
Why
mean-
aren't you affected, Marshall?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure.
That's
Why
that's
aren't
right,
we
Grim.
affected?
You were stuck in a bottle the whole time, weren't you?
Mhm.
So the good sheriff here wasn't also affected by Jerry's soul-sucking remittance payment to Hickey. We think it has to do with his sidearm there. So chances are it's also offering some sort of protection against the athlete's foot.
Old Blasty here, huh? Well, that's good. I paid a hefty fucking penny for it. As he gestures to his leg.
Well, Chef, if they're all psychically linked, as Elduin previously discovered and shat himself for, and the seeming conversation they finish each other's sentences around, if they're all linked, don't they technically know that we're here already?
Now, look, I didn't think that through, right? Maybe they do. I'm hoping since there's 100 of them, right? Hundreds, almost the entire fucking town. We are now. We're no longer a gosh darn city. Anyway, I'm hoping that they weren't paying too much attention. And if that's the case, don't you worry. I ain't gonna let them take you. As he taps the hand kind of that's next to him.
Well, I'm not so much worried about that. I I understand that you're here to fight for your town, and I can respect that. But we're hoping to make some moves to solve this problem. As I'll reach over and cover his wife's ears permanently.
Well, I'd sure like to know more.
Right. As I'm standing there holding covering his wife's ears. Well,
You ain't got to keep doing that. Her mind's her own now. She just don't take that damn head off.
Just okay. Fair enough. I'd rather not plans be leaked. What if some of the tinfoil is not wrapped all the way around on the inside? That's all I'm saying.
Well, she knows what'll happen.
Right. So
Better dead than a traitor.
sorry.
I don't know what you're laughing for. That goes for you all as well. I'll put you all out of your gosh darn misery and fight this damn thing myself.
Well, we would much rather be around to help you fight it.
I would much rather have help. Now, as you were saying, Warwick.
Sorry. There was a feather rock in my shoe, but it was tickling me. We have a deal for information with Miss Robin. Some of it was paid up front, but some of it was held back due to a verbal contract and now a signed one. We need to investigate some ruins that are supposed to open on the full moon. There was supposed to be to the north near Lac Denishir, I believe it's called. Buried under the snow, so they should be exposed now. Do you know anything about that, perhaps?
Over by the lock, you said. Well, I mean, when we were buried in snow, we had nothing but stories. There's legends that giants used to sit over there. So maybe you're looking for giant chairs or something. Something giants would sit on. I don't know. That's all I got.
Perhaps. She said that it should open with the light of the full moon, so perhaps. Oh gosh, I don't know. You say there's giants. Maybe it's moon elves or something. Who knows what could be lying in ruins over there? But needless to say, we're going to be heading that direction, as it's really the only lead we have. Other than we're pretty sure that the core, the central hub of this thing, is up in the floating city, and Oral was being held captive there. We might have let her out and killed a Necrolich dragon.
Wait a minute. I thought them entropy fellas took care of the frost bitch, and now you're saying you let her go?
Well,
as he grabs that pistol.
My understanding, due to some first-hand experience, is usually if a avatar of a deity is killed on the material plane, the deity is still alive. But since packing back to their dominion, seeing as how she's still here, I would float a guess that they probably failed. And if she was being held captive up in the floating city, the Netherese, what was the thing called again?
Gatherin or some shit like that.
Yes, Yathrin. Then I would assume that probably the core, or whatever is relocated there, was keeping her prisoner.
So you think
Granted,
the
this is all
entropy
wild
fellers?
speculation.
You think the entropy fellers failed ultimately? Somehow this thing in charge of the mushroom people got onto that thing and is powerful enough to trap a god.
Well, hold on. Let me
I'm
tell you the full story. Recaps the entire fucking thing up until this point, right? Going underground, interdimensional, gigantic, black, purple vein, throbbing mushroom penis elevator story. Feywild adventure, saving everyone's souls with Jerry, paying for it with the stone, meeting the crazy psychically linked people outside up until this point. Recapped. Okay.
Wait a minute, y'all met that shady rogue Fen? You met him?
Yes.
You met
So,
Fenris.
I met him briefly. I believe Elduin talked with him more than I did. But yes, he's down with the battle hammers.
Wait, the battle hammers are still around? They're not part of the zombie people?
No. In fact, one of the researchers was oddly very interested in the mushrooms and was hell-bent on studying them. But, no, the queen still seems to have her sanity, and there is a chain of command, and they have basically fortified themselves underground.
Well, I wonder if they'll be interested in a parley.
If nothing else, I'm sure they know the power of your sidearm and would be more willing to have it on their side than against them, or indifferent to.
Huh.
And it would give you a little more space to move around than down here.
Yep. A little cramped, especially with all you in here. By the way, y'all need a bath or something.
Yeah, we went through a tower and then to the Feywild, and we haven't been able to rest for a long time.
Right. So you know. Oh, okay. So you know you need a bath. All right, that's fine. I just maybe you weren't. Maybe you got nose deaf or something. But you're aware. All right, that's good. So battle hammer. Well, okay. All right. So when nightfall hits, that's where I'm headed. I know where. I know where the emergency entrance is. I wonder if they have anybody there.
Well, we went in over by the smithy, if that's the location you're talking about.
Nope, that's their front door.
Yes,
Right.
I might have encouraged them to increase security because I was able to break into their place. And so now they might have increased security.
You broke into the Battlehammer clan's home and you're still alive.
Hence why we talked to Fenris.
Well, some
Fair
of us
enough.
went in politely, and some of us went in less than politely.
Yeah.
All right, so you all shared yours. Here's what I know, right? So that damn throbbing vein penis thing, whatever the hell it was, it when that happened and you all were back behind that wall we thought was safe, it really actually wasn't. It seemed to expedite whatever it was, the little spores or whatever. Just kind of the people, they got real calm and just started marching. Even Martha. Well, I ain't gonna let her go anywhere without me except the privy. Like I just don't happen. So I hobbled along and did my best to seem like myself. I tell you what, these people, they was just walking right inside that thing, which you all saw it, but they like walked into the walls and were absorbed by these flower things and moved up. I kind of just followed along. Figure worst case scenario, Blasty and I, well, we're taking some folks out with us. And, well, I gotta, I don't know what happened, kind of fell asleep or something for a little while. Woke up in this strange, hard pillow blanket thing. I don't know, like, I don't know, it was just hard all over and just wrapped around me, but almost a see-through kind of frontal face thing. But the darndest thing, these things, they didn't take old Blasty from me, so I got myself out of there. And I remember it was purple everywhere. Strangest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Looking around, there's other people's just standing there. And they just looking at each other and just not even doing anything. I found her just staring there. Went over. She wasn't there, but she was. And the next thing I know, there's this voice that I couldn't understand saying something, and the flowers were all like closing up and opening and closing up and opening. And suddenly the walls themselves opened and we were coming out. But it was green or something whenever I went in, but purple coming out. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what the voice was like, but as we got out, it opened up again. It was another color. It was yellow. And more people came out. Then it was another color and another. It did that for like, I don't know, 10, 12 times. And just more and more of these people, all like she was. Just still, not doing anything. Just didn't really seem to be there. And then the thing was gone. Left this big old hole in the gosh darn ground. A wall's gone on that side. And they started moving. Just hobbled along with them, staying close to her. Till we got to, we saw you. I thought it was the end times when I saw that big old thing of fire show up. And that gosh darn demon devil thing that showed up that took care of the mushroom thing a few days ago. That seemed to go away, though.
Yeah, we took care of that problem.
Well, that's good. That's good. I think I probably would have needed at least 2 number 1 shells. That's good.
I mean, we even got a favor from Jerry again to be called in at a later date. See? We've got the piece of his fingernail.
I'll hold it out.
Right. So the thing that came here and was taking care of the mushroom thing, but you guys are gonna make another deal with it?
Oh no, we repaid all of the debt for the mushroom job, and we overpaid, so he owes us one more favor.
Okay. So can you just like go destroy the city thing and the Mushroom King guy and my wife can go back to normal?
Well, Oh man.
Warwick, I'm not sure why that's funny.
I lean over to Warwick and I go, "Watch what you promise."
Oh, we need a timeout there.
Yeah, you're a bastard.
Why am I a bastard?
Oh,
Seems like a
you know
plausible
exactly.
request from this guy.
I know it's a plausible request, but that idea hadn't even floated my mind yet. I was planning for end game shit, and you're just like, yeah, just send him to go blow the
Yeah,
thing
just
up,
do it
and
now.
my brain was immediately just like, and he'll get wasted by Yithrin's defenses. Goodbye, Jerry. Paper wasted.
You know nothing about that. This is an excellent plan.
I know. Well, I mean, I guess we could.
We would have to float this by the devil demon there and see
Well,
what
I
his
mean,
reaction would be.
to call him, I think we'll have to talk to Miss Lisa again. She seems to have the best
Upper hand.
relationship. Also, I'm not exactly sure how to cash this one in yet, so perhaps we could put a pin in that.
You wanna put a pin in the thing that could maybe save the end of the world.
But like I said, I don't know how to summon him with the bit of his fingernail,
That's
We will
so
fair.
I
have
would
to
have to ask.
discuss the best way to get this done.
All right.
Okay.
Seemed like a you see Martha like lean over. It seemed like a good idea, honey. I don't understand. Like she's consoling him.
These things are not always straightforward, easy.
Do we
You
even
know,
know for
you're absolutely
sure?
right about the not straightforward easy. Straightforward easy would have been, hey, Entropy Inc., go here, kill the god thing, don't unleash any other hells or demons or core mushroom king guys, and make the fucking powerful floating city come back, and so I could just retire and live the rest of my lives. That would be easy.
That would have been.
That
That would
would
have
be.
been very easy.
Yeah, I really wonder what happened to those folks. I hope they're still alive so I can yell at them.
There you go.
Are
They
we
might hear you.
are we even sure of the location of the core, by the way?
Well, I mean, didn't we discuss that in the
So above
talking with?
table, it's only a hypothetical thing that the core is in the city. The core
Yeah, that's
moved
what I
from where
thought.
Fenris knew it was at. Fenris doesn't know
Yeah.
where it moved to. So it's hypothesized that it went to the city.
Yeah, that's Warwick's speculation.
So as for proof, no proof.
So if we aren't even sure of where it is, we can't even call in a favor to have it destroyed if we can't tell them where to go. For sure.
Correct. We have to find it.
Um, all right. Well, let's see now, right? Like, let's maybe not ask her because we're not taking the hat off. Go ask any of them other fellers out there where the thing is. Maybe they'll be more than happy to tell you. Or maybe you'll have to be indoctrinated and be part of them to know. Either way, I'm more than willing to sacrifice one of you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
it sounds like we have a different deal to still, go through before we make any major decision.
As you say that, Warwick, the palm of your hand itches.
Yeah, I hadn't forgotten. I'll rub it.
As you're like rubbing that, you can feel where tendrils from that seed have grown into your hand, like
Oh, fun.
roots.
Oh, that's.
You're probably on a timetable.
I
I'm wearing
didn't-
gloves though, so I don't think
No,
anybody
no,
really sees
no,
that.
right. But you feel that, like you could feel
Yeah.
the arch in the skin where these things are at.
Yes. So we probably should be looking for Miss Robin quickly and getting any extra details about the ruins we're heading to. But hopefully that should have some positive bearing on our other problems here.
Yeah, getting at least a direction to head would be nice. So I think we should definitely go see her, go to these ruins, and do whatever we need to there, so that we can
Yep.
then
And
actually start trying to solve this problem.
commence the problem solving.
All right, let's go see Miss Robin. Hopefully her tent is there then.
Okay.
I mean, you guys
Sheriff,
came to
let us
City
out.
Hall. You did not see her tent. Her tent is usually in that center square.
Well,
I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
well, we might just have to travel north and see if we can find the ruins.
That sounds like a good starting point. Chef, be careful getting to the Battlehammer clan tonight. And good luck.
Well, I hope you all succeed and don't die needlessly.
Thank you so much.
As soon as I get down, well, further downstairs and have a conversation with them dwarves, we're gonna be putting together a plan. And I'm gonna need more pieces of my on the board. So y'all make it back here.
All right.
Even
you bet
new
we
guy.
will. You
Raymond.
bet. We're going to do our best.
That's good. You know what? Do better than your best.
You got it, sir.
All right, now
All right.
leave here like one or two at a time, not all together. Don't bring suspicion here. As he
Well,
says that, you guys can hear tum 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 footsteps above.
Mm,
well,
And he goes,
My-
well, hell.
Is there another way out?
No, I didn't get that far. As you can imagine, in the 7 or so years this has been a frozen hellhole, this has not exactly been easy to make.
the footsteps that we heard, is that sound like one person? More
So
than one
far,
person?
sounds like one person.
Um,
All right, now you all just stay here. 'Cause I belong here, but unless I'm throwing you all in jail, you don't. Let's just see how this goes. You all just stay here. And he holsters the what he likes to call blaster and goes over and starts going up the ladder, and you see that like on this wooden frame, on a couple of hooks, there is a dowel rod that he takes, and he fishes up, and you just hear the thump as the lid moves, and he flips that thing back, and he pushes that thing up, slides it over to the side to where instead of it being um, longwise, it's widthwise. And he climbs up, squeezing out, and then sets that thing back, and you hear the as the lid closes. And you hear the soft step, heavy step, soft step, heavy step of him walking. And we're going to take a potty
Okay.
break. All right,
Not like
let's get
not
let's
like
get back
pancakes,
onto
but
the internet here, fellers, as we
Oh
What?
talk
yeah.
about our oats overnight.
Are you cold?
oh, I am too.
Yeah.
I got my blankie too.
Bro, I don't live in an oven.
Fuck. It is like 79 degrees in here right now.
It is 72 degrees in this basement. It's actually probably colder than that in this basement.
Oh,
Same.
I'm sure my
I
basement is
wish.
colder than that. I'm sure my basement is in the 60s
That it
because
is like that in my basement right now. It's
God
like
damn, I
64,
wish.
and I'm in my. It's like that. It's like that right now for me, and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. All right, so
yeah,
Okay.
no,
Yeah,
I'm in
you
I
jeans
only
and
You're
a
a
t-shirt,
you're a
but
young blood.
I have
I'm
the
old.
appearance of decorum, but I'm basically not wearing anything from the waist down. That's how
Thank
fucking
goodness
hot
for
it is
that.
in here.
Hang on, I need to envision that.
oh, I
Gross.
don't
All right,
think
I feel
so.
better now.
No, my wife keeps this house very cold, so yeah, I'm down here in a blanket.
My AC hasn't shut off in 5 days.
All right, so you guys hear a soft step and a thump, soft step and a thump, as Marshall is walking upstairs. You can hear him moving closer to where you heard movement before. Then it's suddenly quiet. A couple minutes goes by. You guys hear a thump, something falling to the ground. And then you hear soft thump, soft thump, soft thump, soft thump. As he is clearly
Yes.
coming back.
Okay,
You hear the trunk lid
lid
open,
open.
the thing move off to the side, and he's coming down relatively quickly to the point that he misses a couple of rungs and just slides down.
Okay, yeah,
And he
the Navy
turns over to you
slide.
guys and he goes, "All right, now you're all probably gonna have to leave. We're gonna go out the back way, the prisoner entrance actually, and I'm gonna need you all to do me a favor. You're all gonna need to get her to that clan. I'm gonna tell you where this place is at, the place that I know. You're gonna let them know that the marshal's cashing in all his chips. You make sure she's safe, because I just knocked out that feller upstairs, and I can only imagine that since they're all linkified, that more are coming."
All right,
Well, no time to waste. What are we looking for, Marshall?
He will give you directions, and he will say, "Now you're looking for a well that is clearly broken. And when you look inside about 10 feet, you see where it's been sealed off. You're going to want to get down there. However you do, you're going to want to bang on it about 3 times. And hopefully someone's there. And if they are, again, you tell them. Marshall's cashing in his chips. And hopefully they still honor deals that were made before."
okay.
is there a particular reason you're not coming with?
Yeah, to hold them back whenever they start coming this way. Because if they're linked, that means it's more than one. And you all can move quicker than I can.
Right. What if I could make all of us move very fast in a way that they won't recognize?
Well, I'd sure
Well,
be
I've done
interested
this
in such a
before.
thing.
Not again.
Because I may have a way for let me just think for a second here. Let me make sure I can get all of us. I'm pretty sure I can.
Grimm's over here like, oh God,
PTSD.
not again. Not back to the bottle. Please no.
PTSD.
Start
Yep,
switching.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a little less than 10 of us, right? We're
Yeah.
good. I can totally get us all out of here.
Now listen, if you can make this magical happen, that'd be a swell and whatnot.
All right. It does take me a minute to cast, so just 60 seconds. Just hold them off for 60 seconds.
Well, I mean, if I close all this up, they'll be... He goes back, closes everything. I mean, we should at least hear him coming, right? So, do your thing.
All right. As I am using your favorite spell, the one and only
The
Wind
walking in the
Walk.
wind. Nice. You and up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range assume gaseous form. Well, okay, well, hang on now. Grim, are you a willing creature?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Just remember, you got to
Okay.
concentrate to turn back from normal to gas to normal, and you'll be like this for a long time.
All right. So as you do your hippity, hoppity, boopity, and you're focusing and changing everybody, everybody changes into a wispy cloud of bullshit. Except for Marshall.
Oh,
His caster gun.
his caster gun.
The very thing that makes him immune to curses from a fucking Baylor makes him immune to that spell. And so he looks around and goes, well, I guess that I hope you all follow your end of the bargain. And
Are we taking his wife?
she
Yes.
transformed.
All right.
Now remember, now you can't talk, except I can because of weird shit. So follow the one that's hovering around the door right now, and I'll move in circles. I can talk, you guys can't, so just follow me.
I mean,
Alright.
he's just climbing up,
Yeah.
pushing the thing aside, and seeing the clouds. Is everybody following the talking cloud?
Oh yeah.
Might as well.
There is one cloud that seems hesitant to leave.
That would be the wife.
Mhm.
And as you guys are coming up and the cloud's hesitant, I mean, he notices that there's a hesitant cloud. Now you know very well, if you stay, I ain't gonna be able to do what I need to do. So get. And that cloud starts following you.
Broken well.
Closes everything. You guys don't know what happens after that. You're going for the broken well. Going over. You can see that there is a well that obviously works. And what I mean by that is the stones around it are still nice in there. There's still the rope going down. You can see like about 10 or so feet away, There's one where it's half caved in on the side. There's no rope. Where clearly this is either an old well or this was dug on purpose or some such nonsense. Going over to that section, you can see down. You see the what looks to be a wooden bottom. What do you do?
All right, we're gonna have to, sit here for a minute while we revert to our normal selves before we can knock on the door. Because I don't think we should just, go in without knocking. I went poorly last time.
I will say that as you all were coming here, there were people in the streets actively heading towards City Hall.
Yeah.
Minute goes by. This street particular seems to be empty. Again, strangely, eerily quiet. You guys are solid again, as is Martha. And you can see like she's having a rough time. She's not doing very good. Eyes are a little puffy, but she's here.
Well, Warwick, do you want to go down first? Bang on the door.
What? Yeah, I guess I can. Sure. I'll climb
They
down
seem
into the
to know
bottom of the
you.
well.
They seem
Do
to know you. So
do I see the obviously sealed in section?
How do you climb down? Because there's no rope. This is the broken thing.
I just fucking jump down.
Do you just jump like a boss?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fuck
Give me athletics roll.
Oh yeah, bro. I totally am gonna land this. Fucking like, yeah, 7.
You definitely make it down. Guaranteed that.
I mean, that's guaranteed every time.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's posh.
You obviously fall prone, but what's that matter right now?
I obviously stand back up.
Okay.
In the meantime, I have my pack, and in my pack I have rope. So since he's already jumped down, I fashioned a harness out of my 50-foot of rope, so we can put the marshal's wife in there, and between the rest of us, we can lower her down gently.
Fair enough. All right. As you are making your harness, Warwick, what are you doing?
For the obviously sealed portion of the wall of this well.
Yep, there is the wooden bottom, and then there's stones where the well is. So
Yes, so he said it would be obvious there's a sealed part of the wall that I'm supposed to knock on. Is there a set of bricks that looks different than the rest? Or stone?
you think it's probably the floor itself because a well usually is deeper than the 15 feet that you jump down.
Oh, well, fair enough. Then I'll stomp my boot 3 times.
Okay. You do. Boom, boom, boom. Meanwhile, Raymond's like, this goes here, this goes here, tie it this way back here,
Right.
All of you hear what sounds like stone grinding on itself. As those of you who are still up, no longer see Warwick. Instead, you see a stone ground. Warwick, the space above you has nothing but stone now. as off to your left, there is a shimmer as an illusion drops. And there are two dwarves, crossbows, aiming right at you. How in the name of the frozen tits of Arl did you know about this place?
Aye, so the sheriff's cashing in all of his chips. There's five more people up above. One of them's the sheriff's wife. There's a little bit of a situation up there in Brinshanda. All of the townsfolk have gone a bit nutty with the fucking fungal infection, yeah? They're all looking to kill the sheriff because he knocked one of them out.
You hear one say to the other, "What the fuck does he means cashing in the chips?" You hear the other one call back, "I think that was the thing with the king used to do." The other one goes, "You think we should ask Her Highness about it?" "Well, if we just kill him, it'd probably be bad for us." And so one looks back at you, "You're just gonna stay here." And the other one's
Hey,
taking
tell the
off.
Queen Warwick's here. She'll know who I am.
Other one's still pointing the crossbow at you.
I'll just lean against the wall that's not an illusion and just kind of like take my glove off and pick at the seed in my hand and be like, "So, how long do you think this is going to take? Otherwise, the giant tree's going to pop out of me, eh?"
How are you not controlled by the things?
Hey, so recounts the entire fucking story.
Yeah, about that long before somebody comes back. Meanwhile, those of you who were on the up just see the stone floor now. You do hear muffled talking through the floor, though. It's not soundproof. So something's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're just getting ready. We're just getting ready. We'd
Okay.
get her all harnessed up so that we can lower her down gently.
Sure.
And the rest of us, we may end up having to take our chances and jump.
I don't know why Ward jumped to begin with. I'm just saying, you just concentrate for a minute and you turn into a cloud and you could fly. And I'm going to concentrate for a minute and turn into a cloud and hover down there and be like, Warwick, how's things going down here? You're just going to see a cloud and hear my voice in your head.
Oh, is he able to like permeate through the stone?
Yeah.
Well.
All right.
Wouldn't you like to know, you nosy Nelly?
Ooh.
I responded Dwarvish. I don't know if you can understand Dwarvish. The guard probably thinks I'm fucking crazy.
I do not understand Dwarvish, so, you know.
So you have no idea what he said to you?
Nope.
Awesome. Eventually the other guy comes up and doesn't have his crossbow out, but you do note that he whispers something to the other one. And then the one that you've been telling the story to goes, "All right, so work, right? Yeah, she says hi. That's about it. As for the cashing in of the chips, that's only good for one of you. So which one's staying here?"
So obviously that's going to be the sheriff's wife because that's the most important person to him. Hey, Elduin, send Martha down, would you? Let's keep this closed, just because.
Go get her. And literally seconds, because how fast I can move, I'm at the top and in Martha's head, Can you concentrate and become a cloud and follow me down here?
She does so. Comes down.
All right, you can.
Concentrates on coming back into a
Yeah.
person.
All right. Well, I start taking my rope apart.
So this is the sheriff's wife, Martha. Give her protection according to the deal you have. The sheriff cashing in his chips, obviously. And by the way, I don't know if this is relevant, but she is technically infected, so that's why she's got that goofy looking tinfoil leather hood thing on. It's keeping her brainwaves separated from the rest of the crazies. So you might want to take her to the oh gosh, that one gal, the lassie you have, the grows all the mushrooms, does the research stuff with them. You might want to have her give her a once over. It might you know,
We'll take
reveal
it under
something.
advisement. That's fine.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Have a good day then.
And then the stone. You see them push something, and you hear the grinding of stone again as stones like close them, and then you do see a shimmer happening on top of that, and then above, the stone's open.
All right. Well, we still got, like 7.5 hours of travel with the cloud form if you want to, search around north while we can move really fast.
There we go.
Hey, sounds like a plan.
There you go.
Okay.
So you guys go full cloud
I
form,
go cloud form again.
and you're heading north out of town.
I'm following Eldwin, the one with the speaky in my head thing.
Mhm.
The speaky in my head, the speaky in my head. Okay. Good enough. I mean, you guys have an obscene amount of fly speed. You head north. I hate the spell. Roll perception checks, guys.
It's the travel spell. It's the fuck you. I can get there with it whether you want me to or not.
Yep.
You said perception.
Uh huh.
Everyone?
Yeah.
For him.
Jesus, Daisy. Well, as you all are traveling at the speed of a fucking cloud, Eldwin will notice this first, then Daisy, Raymond. Um,
Grim flies right on by us.
as you're going north, and north is towards Mare Dulden, not a Lockamere. Looking for just anything weird as the snow is melting, right? Like at this point, that's all you've got to go on, other than maybe something having to do with giants at this point, due to a local legend that the marshal told you about. So as you're traveling, um, on your way out of town, you would have noticed that the people, use that term loosely at this moment, seem to be actively rebuilding the destroyed wall from where the tower was. And are like trying to are actively filling in that hole, like trying to make things. There seem to be repairing the place. Um, you don't notice anybody who wasn't on the Kool-Aid, if you will, like the sheriff was. Everybody seems to be almost moving at the exact same time if they're walking. Like everybody takes a left step and then a right step and then a left step and a right step. Just some things you would notice as you're going through. But as you guys head north, and again, Eldwood, you're going to notice this first. You, Eldwin, would see what looks it's something white against this brown, muddy ground. With the snows melting, roads are washed away, nothing is green yet. It's just thick, thick mud. Like walking, you guys would have been trudging along. You can see something kind of dome-shaped and white sticking out of the mud. You're not sure if that's anything to do with what you're looking for, but there's that. You can investigate or keep going. What would you like to do?
There's something down there if you guys want to go take a look and see if it's what we're looking for. I know you. Wait. No, you can't respond. So I'm going to head that way. If you follow me, I know it's a yes. If you don't follow me, then I know it's a no.
Wark
And I'm going to start
uses
heading that way.
shape, his Wonder Twin power, shape of a thumbs up.
Yeah, well, we'll follow him.
You're muted, by the way.
You
Me?
make your cloud form in the shape of a thumbs up.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so Warwick's going down. I assume the rest of you are following.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. We're following.
Awesome. As you guys get down, from you guys were up above, right? So you guys get down and closer to. You notice that whatever it is definitely in this mud, and it seems to have a couple of openings, maybe that are relatively big, but it's still just a strange white domed structure. Would you like to go inside or explore more? What would you like to do?
Is it made of stone or is it like perfectly smooth and white?
It doesn't appear to be stone. It's not perfectly smooth. There are, now that you're closer, some cracks in it. It's definitely, I mean, it's not blinding white, but it's definitely white. But you can tell, like, you're not seeing the whole structure. You're just seeing a bit of it.
Right. So I have an idea of what this.
Are you changing from cloud to person?
Oh fuck no. Yes, I would like to land and change from a cloud into a person.
Where would you like to
Yes.
land?
Not on the white thing.
Okay.
I would like to land nearby.
Sure.
Maybe like 20 feet away.
That's fine. As soon as you finish the transformation, you sink about a foot. This is thick mud.
Right, so I have an idea what this could be. We just need to verify that thought really quick. I'm going to take my rapier here and I'm going to stick it into the top of this thing because I have a feeling it's one of them giant fucking mushrooms.
Okay. So you get over closer to it. Are you climbing on top of it?
Well, I
It's
mean, I
probably
don't want
it's
to get
probably
on
about
it.
20 feet around, and it's a
I
dome
want to.
structure that has seemingly two openings that are, I don't know, maybe 3.5 feet apart.
I want to verify its elasticity if it
Okay.
has any
So
before
you're just
I get onto it. I
poking it
want to
anywhere
poke
random.
it and see what
Got it.
happens.
So you poke and you rape your bins. Solid object.
Then I would like to
Are you
touch it with
trained
my
in
not speed
medicine?
hand.
Okay.
Oh, am I trained in medicine?
Medicine or nature would work for this.
I am trained. I'm half trained in both.
I'll allow half training for this.
Oh my, let's do nature then.
Okay.
Not that I think I'm gonna do so. Well, yeah, better than I thought.
This is bone.
Oh well. So this is bone. Is it 20 feet big bone? Is it it's that? It could be a storm giant. I don't know. It's a big son of a bitch. Well, it
Okay.
was a big son of a bitch.
Hmm. So,
Probably it's a skull, I think maybe.
but it's not what we're looking for, or is this a sign of what we're looking for?
Not sure. It's the sheriff said something about giants. Miss Robin was not that specific. I sure wish she'd show up randomly and tell us exactly what we're supposed to be looking for. But I mean, if you want to take a peek inside, maybe there's something rattling around the old skull yet.
Sure. I'll go in.
Cloud druid floating in. Go inside. Probably skull of some kind. You just came in through an eyeball socket.
About
No,
how far are we from Brinchander?
Uh, well, because of cheat mode, you're not exactly sure.
yeah, we go, 300 feet at every 6 seconds, so we're fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool beans. Anyway,
I will say you do not see the city at all.
excellent. Well, anyway, I take my glove on my left hand off.
Okay.
And I shove that into the mud.
Okay. You feel an itchy sensation as something leaves your hand.
Coolio. I will pull my hand back out of the mud.
Okay.
Prestidigitation the mud away.
Okay.
Is the seed gone from my hand?
The seed is gone from your hand. However, you do have an open wound.
Ouch. That doesn't feel great.
Like you can see, it's not actively bleeding, but the meat, the side of your palm is gone. You can see bone. Strangely, it doesn't hurt though.
Well, just in case, let's do a little first aid.
Easy enough. It heals up. You do have a little indent there, but it heals up.
Well, no need to risk infection.
You see a leaf. And then another leaf. And then another leaf. And a stalk just starting to come up. And up. And up. Are you, you're outside the skull, right? When you put this down?
Yes.
Okay. You see as that thing goes it gets wider and wider and wider. And then eventually branches start coming out. And it's weird, those branches, the ones at the bottom closest to you, arch and then come down into the ground. And then a little bit distance away, come back up and start spreading more branches.
Okay.
And this keeps happening and 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 happening. What are the rest of you doing? As suddenly a fucking forest is growing around you. By the way, the mud is quickly drying.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and change back to a real person
Okay.
and ask Warwick what the hell just happened.
Well, you know how we bartered for directions from those nice wood nymph ladies?
Yeah.
Right, so they let us pass through the maze forest, and we carried a seed here for them. Well, by we, I mean I.
You did.
In my hand.
That's okay.
Yes, well, it's quite the gaping flesh wound.
Oh, well, I could have healed that for you too.
Problem already solved.
Yes, I see. Well, all
So
right.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, what's with the skull?
Hey,
Do we
so
know anything about it?
I'm gonna start talking like dwarves again. Well, I figured it's some sort of giant skull. Not well versed in their area of lore or history, but
And
this forest seems to be
this,
growing abnormally quickly, though.
yeah, and sucking all the water out of the mud.
Well,
This thing that we're looking for, is it was supposed to be connected with the giants. So I mean, we're in the right area.
potentially, according to the sheriff, but all Robin told us is there was some ruins up this way.
Well, he looks pretty ruined to me.
Wow, vicious.
Is there any
Anything?
rhyme or reason to these trees growing?
Not that you can tell from your perspective. There might be, but not you can tell from your perspective. But just like what I linked in chat, it technically is one tree.
Fair.
Anything interesting in the skull?
Just looks like the inside of a giant skull.
Cool. Then I would have quickly exited, seen this giant freaking tree. Is this, well, since it's technically one tree, I'm assuming this is going to be a yes, but is it big enough for a person to walk through it if a door was to open in the middle of the trunk?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to get familiar with at least one of these trees.
Fair
Ooh,
enough. Go for it.
all right.
How do you get familiar with one of these trees?
Roll for
Should
seduction.
should I hide my eyes?
I'm just flying around it so I can memorize where it is and what it looks like.
Oh, you
Okay.
chatting the tree up, huh? Oh yeah.
Oh,
You feel, as you're flying around these things, you feel a strange pull as though the trees are trying to absorb you. And you notice that the ground is no longer a flooded mess, and you're a cloud. Now you're
Yeah,
fast,
yeah.
but you still feel a pull.
Yeah. As soon as I'm familiar with this, I'm getting away from it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Where do you go to get away from it? Because I mean, as of right now, it's growing everywhere. Do you go
Yeah.
up through the canopy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up above it.
Okay. So you go up through the canopy, and and again you don't suddenly die. That'll be funny. As you go through the leaves, you can see that the tree itself is still growing. Like that center tree, the um, the trunk is still going up, and the main base is still getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's still branching out as though it's going to be this massive tree, and the others are definitely going to be smaller. But you see from as you come out, you see it's definitely still growing, getting bigger, getting bigger, getting bigger, and getting bigger. The rest of you who aren't a cloud or not above the tree canopy can hear a voice, a female voice. Oh, can we keep them this time? As you hear another one giggle, and a third one go, "No, darlings, not this time. They did do us a favor after all."
Are the same voices? Can I tell if the same voices as before?
Oh, it's definitely the same voices from before. The ladies of the trees. All of the trees
Yep.
here.
I seem to be sighing a lot today.
Um,
Well, ladies, how do you find the material plane?
Well, it's interesting for now. Thank you.
are you
You're
getting
welcome.
enough to drink?
Are you offering yourself as sustenance for the trees?
I was asking as a um, just an interested party, just to make sure that you're being happy.
There's a lot of water here. We'll be fine.
Um, you're just a quick question. If you could potentially help us out really quickly. We are looking for some ruins that are buried around here, potentially tied to giants, quite sealed up. So there's probably going to be some runes on the ruins. Your roots wouldn't happen to have spotted anything like that, would they?
Only the remains of this creature. No buildings or ruins otherwise.
Well, that's very helpful, ladies. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you staying for dinner?
I think.
Well, no, as stated previously, we are on a bit of a timetable looking to keep our ends of other bargains. Um, which does remind me, as I'll go into my backpack, I'll pull
Okay.
out one of these pink flowers. Be like, When we found our friend here, the good Monsignor, there was one of these flowers near his prison that I happened to notice was similar to the ones that you all left behind when we parted ways in the Feywild. Do you happen to recognize it?
You will you'll hear what sounds like wood breaking as from the main trunk, which is still getting bigger. Um, Steps out a green female with different leaves and things in their hair, in all natural. They don't wear anything. Come over and look at the flower with their bright yellow eyes. It has a very unique smell. It smells sweet, like it wants to entice you into something. There's a lot of things like that in the Feywild, though. This is not from your plane?
Oh, no. So my concern is when you remember me telling you the story about how we were in the dimensional elevator inside of the mushroom. Um, and how that poor man Victor got eaten by that flower. Well, another person here on the material plane recounted us a tale recently of about how an entire town was pulled into flowers and, well, lured in by the smell or controlled to do so, and then processed in some sort of join the cult, here's some gray Kool-Aid type of ordeal.
And you want to know if this little one was part of that?
Perhaps, or I'm wondering if that perhaps the entity behind all of this is purloining flowers or something related to you to its own means as a way to lure these poor people in.
She reaches out her hand. May I?
By all means.
Do you give her the flower?
Yes.
Okay. When the flower touches her hand, you see that like tiny roots come out and grasp the stem of the flower, and then it sits up. And as she's looking at this in her hand, you see the flower itself close and come down like onto her palm almost like a bud. And then she's still just kind of focusing on it. And then it reopens again, but this time when it does so, there's like this tiny green face in the center of the flower, of the petals of the flower itself. And as it stands up with these tiny green legs and this tiny green body, as though it has been
Born
animated, given
animated.
sentience. And in a language you don't understand, she talks to it. And it babbles back like a child. And then she nods. She says something else, and it babbles back. And then she sets it down, and its tiny little legs just it just goes over and sits down next to one of the smaller uh, trunks of the. You can only imagine a giant fucking root system for this one ass tree. And the woman goes, "Well, that is interesting. Um, you remember me telling you how there was a section of the Feywild that was full of the decaying and fungal nature, and you were suggested that perhaps this entity could eventually get there. Apparently it is. And it has been slowly taking over.
As it seems to also be doing here.
Yes, but if it's bringing the plants of the Feywild here, other than, I mean, my tree is going to grow wildly, but not as so much as to hurt the ecosystem around. In fact, it'll help it flourish, as animals will be having a safer place to be. Some of the Feywild plants are, and most of them, are dangerous. And that one is a sleeping lily. It lures you in with its smell. You go to sleep, and then it digs its roots into you and consumes you while you sleep.
Well, that doesn't sound like such a good thing.
And it
At
has
least,
apparently incorporated this feature into its mushroom tower thing.
hmm. So, is there a way to counteract that?
Yeah, don't breathe.
Don't breathe. Hmm.
I'm sure you mortals have some concoctionist ways, perhaps. Or just don't breathe.
Okay.
Good rule, right, would be if you see a flower big enough to consume you and it smells tasty, don't go near it.
Yeah.
Well, the lesson Victor learned very quickly.
Yes, he did. From what I understand.
You see her look towards the tree trunk that, by the way, you guys have had to like slowly move further away as this thing, the trunk is the
Getting
best you can
bigger.
guess almost 100 feet in diameter now.
Wow.
This main tree, and for Mr. Cloud up above, this thing is massive. You're going to see this for miles. This
Yeah,
is something you'll be able
it's
to see from the mountains of the spine of the world.
I, you know, it's a perfect tree for what I have in mind.
It really is. It's more than enough
Okay.
for what you have in mind. But as she looks over at the tree, she goes, "Well, you all have safe passage within my forest. Don't hurt my trees, though."
Would not dream of it.
"No, dream of me." and she gestures for the newly sentient flower girl to come over to her as the flower just walks into like her leg, and you see the flower just moving up and be like a decoration in her hair, and she walks into the giant tree and is
I'll
gone.
cover Monsignor's eyes. I don't need him getting overstimulated.
the
Thank you.
the
We
main
appreciate
tree
that.
does eventually stop growing, but the forest around you is just, you see nothing but trees everywhere. You literally just grew a new forest by planting one seed.
Nailed it.
You did.
Okay. Well, that's another promise kept.
You all
Right.
do like see like on the ground, which was dehydrated and cracking dirt, nice soft grass,
Oh,
like the nice grass, lush. Uh,
she
the
did say she was
color is
changing.
reminiscent of the color from the Feywild, though. Definitely not a
She did
natural
say
color for the mortal plane.
she did say she was reinventing the environment. So,
Well, it wasn't natural to snow for 3.5 years straight either, so a little purple in the grass isn't going to hurt anybody.
okay. So, what's our next step, gentlemen? We have to find a set of ruins.
Eldwin, you no longer feel that pull once the tree stops growing.
I will come back down to see what everyone else is doing then.
Right,
Just
so,
standing around in a circle.
well, I assume we're still looking for some ruins.
Did you happen to see anything while you were way up there, Eldwin?
A massive forest.
But did you happen to see any kind of ruins that were around that were
Did I
maybe
see anything other than?
No,
buildings?
bro, you saw a massive fucking forest.
Yeah. Nah.
That's it.
Yep. That's it.
What do you mean that's it, guys? It's a massive fucking forest. You all need to get over yourselves. This is a gosh darn miracle. Be more shocked and impressed.
I'm terribly
I,
impressed.
I can do the same thing. It just takes me 7 days to do instead of an hour.
If that.
Right. However, what we are looking for is ruins,
Mhm.
not a forest. The forest is impressive. However,
So back to flying around and looking then.
Well, I mean, perhaps, our giant friend here can help us.
Ooh,
okay.
you've got questions for the dead?
Oh no, I assume his mandible's long since gone, and he won't be able to answer any questions. At least not in that form. But if I were to, oh, I don't know, perhaps spend 20 charges on my deck of cards. So I figure out how to well, hold it. Let's cast the thing for now. Poof. Commune with the dead.
Oh boy. Whoa, okay. What do you say?
It's yes or no, correct?
Yes, you have up to 3 questions that can be answered in yes or no.
Okay.
Which, by the way, while he does this, you see that he's got this deck of cards. He's constantly pulling things, fucking magic out of, twisting around. As he pulls the deck out, they all just kind of glow a little bit, hover and circle around him.
Oh, let's see here. Are the ruins that we're looking for within an hour's walk from here?
Hours walk from here. Let's see. You guys are here. As your cards are spinning around, one of them comes out of order and spinning flips to you, right side up, the sun. Yes.
Oh, yes. So yes, it does seem to be within an hour's walk from here. Well, let's see here. I gotta think of another question. Is it is it near the mayor to the north?
As that card is burned, and when it burns, um, about 5 others also burn. As the circle readjusts to where all the cards are even equidistant apart from each other and spinning around. Another one comes to you, and it reveals itself horizontally instead of up or down. It's horizontally, and it is a chariot on a road. Yes and no. You figure that the word near is too ambiguous. It's not an exact for a yes or a no. But the first question you gave it an hour. That was a time distance. That was a yes or no. Your second one was too loosey-goosey for a yes or no. So you got a maybe. But
If
a few other cards are burned.
if we continue searching to the north, will we be able to find it?
From out of your circle, another card appears, and again, upright. A bright star in a night sky. Positive affirmation. And then when that is consumed, so too are the remaining cards to equal 20 before the rest of the deck puts itself into your hand.
Right. So good news, everyone. It seems that the ruins that we're looking for are, uh, well, about an hour's walk from here to the north. So perhaps we could enjoy the nice foliage on a little stroll, and that way we're not moving so fast we might blow right past it. No offense, Underwood.
Or if you want to walk, you can. I can see if I can spot it though and come back really quickly.
You're more
Yep.
than welcome to, but I mean, when are you going to be able to enjoy a nice forest like this far north of the spine of the world? Just saying.
And it would probably be a good spot for a nice long rest, since we haven't had one in quite a while.
Like I said, we can certainly try, but I wouldn't mind going ahead and finding this thing so we know for sure where we're going. And with the thumbs up, I'm taking off to make sure this thing's
Oh,
there.
all right.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
go on my leisurely stroll through the woods.
Yep. Who else is going on a leisure stroll through the woods to grandmother's house?
You bet.
Two of you. Okay. So it's only Eldwin who's cloud form.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if it's there and then going back to him.
I
So
understood. Yeah. Give me an active perception check. I'm gonna say with disadvantage though. Sorry.
well,
You're going so fast and it's so close at this point that you could miss it. So roll again. I'm sure that you're not going to miss it. You have a plus 10. Yeah, exactly. You see, you roll a 10, you still get a 26. Fuck off with your, oh, I could roll a disadvantage. Oh, even if I roll a natural 1, still 17. Fuck you, Mr. DM! Anywho's.
Wait,
Uh,
that's not the goal.
yes, it is always the goal to fuck me. Anywho, Eldwin, I mean, and as you're traveling through the forest, you can see that while the big trees did stop growing, the forest itself hasn't. It's not as fast, but you do see new sprouts. Like you come out of the forest, you do see new sprouts coming up. And they're slowly gaining form. You feel like, a few days, they're going to be big trees. When the grass comes out around them, you can see a body of water ahead of you. And you see, well, you see something that it makes you think of what Marshall said, in the fact that you see some stone structures in a circle, and there are 7 of them, and they seem to be almost U-shaped, except they're not rounded. They're a boxy U. And as you get there and you're looking down at them, you see that they're sunken in a little bit, as though some large figures could sit in them. They look like chairs made out of stone, possibly 7 giants. Now, you that's all that you see though is these things. You see these 7 stone chairs.
but you were told to be here in the full moon,
Mhm.
which is another night. Because you'll have tonight and then the following night for the full moon.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's good enough for me. So I'll head back and be like, yeah, it's there. No. Concentrate, turn back to my normal form. Be like,
Sure.
yes, we're walking.
As you guys are walking through the forest, notice that some of these trees are bearing different fruits. Some have different nuts. You
Never
can
mind.
see that there are some berry bushes. You can see there are active, like, animals, like deer and rabbits. You hear birds. Life was happening in this forest already.
I think I have a spell. Oh, I can. I wish I could cast it on someone else because I wanted to see their reaction to it, but I can't. You know what? It might be worth it anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Plant.
Okay.
I want to see what these newborns have to say, and I'm going to transmit what they say to me using my telepathy. I'm going to transmit it directly from them to Grimald to see what he thinks of these, newborns.
Well, as you cast this, uh, do 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 do. I mean, they don't seem to be saying anything. You gonna ask them a question?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, hey, so what are you guys up to? What's life been like so far?
Okay, so are you talking to a nut on a tree, a fruit on a tree, or one of the berry plants?
Let's go with one of the berry plants.
Awesome. So they all talk at the same time,
Yep, yep,
and you can't understand what they're saying because they're all saying different things. Like you get
yeah,
little bits, like one sounds like it's really unhappy with being here, that this place smells weird. Another one's that you capture a little bit of is eat me. Eat me. I'm not poisonous. Eat me. I won't kill you. Eat me. And it's just random, random, and they're all to where you don't really pick up anything.
Question. Are these fruits that I like and things that I recognize from the material plane, or are these fey wild things?
None of these things do you recognize.
Ooh.
So you're gonna try as best you can to send that to Grimald.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this as we're walking. So as like every time like there's a new thing coming up, I'll just be fucking just random questions, simple small
Well, I
talk.
mean, it's only within 30 feet of you that you cast it.
Ah,
So you can't keep walking, and you're a walking sentience for plants. It's when you cast it, the area
yeah,
for.
yeah. Except that I've got 3/4 levels, a third level. I
You're
am
gonna.
willing to keep casting this as we're going.
Bro, if you want to burn through all those, I will be more than happy to let you burn through all your spells. I'm sure there's nothing bad about to happen up ahead.
I'm sure there's not.
I'm sure there's not.
Uh-huh.
Please burn through your spells.
That's why I was hoping we would get in a long rest before we got to whatever the hell those 7 giants are.
Ah. No, I'll just use the one spell.
All right. Fair enough. Walking through the forest. Hour or so later, coming out of the forest, you guys can see a couple 100 feet in front of you about 7 giant stones that are in a circle. From the back, they just look like stones. Eldrin, did you share anything about what you saw?
Yeah, they look like they could be chairs, for giants.
What would you all like to do? It's getting dark, or it's about to get dark. Sun's going down.
It'd take about an hour to walk here.
Yeah.
Perfect. My God. The
Just-
prophetic
Just under an hour to walk here.
Yeah, there you go. Well, see, that's like twice now the spirits haven't led me astray. How about that?
Nice.
Well, that's a good thing.
So I'm assuming we're gonna set up camp here and wait an entire day for the moon to show up.
Well, I mean, it was better than the alternative of getting mauled to death by mushroom-controlled crazy people.
Oh, I agree. I'm saying we need to find, well, not find. We need to be prepared to be sitting here doing whatever we can think of for 24 hours.
Right.
I mean, we could explore the area around this place using your cloud who's it what's its, and I'm sure we can find something to occupy 24 hours, or we can, tell scary stories around the campfire, or I can do tarot readings for everyone, or we can invoke the fourth wall in the sky and skip 24 hours. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure I can find. I mean, we're next to a forest. Like, I can do stuff for 24 hours. I'm just saying, you all need to be prepared to spend 24 hours here.
That's
24 hours
quite passable.
doing stuff.
Yes.
Mhm.
Preparing.
Oh, by the way, don't worry about food. Every morning I've got you covered.
I mean,
Okay.
if nothing else, we can always walk a short distance back to the forest and ask. You can talk to the trees and see if they're willing to give up any edible bits.
Yeah.
If you want to risk it, go right ahead. But if you don't,
I'm not saying I would. I'm saying you could.
but if you don't, I've got good berries.
I'll
Good enough
trust
for
that.
me.
I'll trust that.
Just make
Let's-
sure you wash your hands first, Daisy.
Huh. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Can I hit something?
I heard that Grim wants to spar.
Grim's thinking about how to make some more crotch ale.
I mean, you need a starter. You don't have a starter.
I know that's
Your
what, that's why.
your crotch ale container got contaminated by Feywild wine, and it was consumed.
Just
Yeah.
pee into it and let that ferment. How else are you supposed to get that genuine crotch flavor?
Oh, there's ways.
Oh, there's ways, he says. All right, gents, that's where we're going to end it tonight on Icewind Dale Adventures. You are finally back on track after the Venus elevator collapsing the planes fiasco. It was fun. Back
That
on
was
track
totally
with
fun.
my version of events of after the rise of Ythrun. And hey, we'll find out what you guys want to do. If you want to explore things or you want to break the fourth wall, let's just go ting and move forward. That's fine as well. Either or. I mean, there's maybe things around. I'm sure you won't get into any kinds of trouble and die terrible deaths.
No, of course not.
I'm
We don't
sure
do
it's
that.
not going to happen in any way, shape, or
It'll
form.
be fine.
Yeah, 100%. 100% fine. Yeah.
Totally.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Totally fine.
Absolutely.